Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your girl AdriennaDC. So today, as you guys can see from the title of this video, we are going to be going over some new blind perfume buys that I recently acquired or got into my collection. I am a perfume lover at heart, and I realized that I was completely out of touch with all the new releases and new fragrances that came out. And I literally just went on a craze and I bought a few fragrances to add to my collection to kind of like update my collection. And there were also some really new fragrances that I never really smelled and never really explored. And just judging by the reviews on YouTube, I thought they were really nice fragrances and I would really like them. So I actually blind bought them online. So today I'm going to be showing you guys what all I got and letting you guys know how all of these new fragrances smell. But before we go on to the video, guys, if you guys have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please click that subscribe button. Please do give me a thumbs up if you are loving my content so far. Do click that notification bell so that way you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And without further ado, let's just get on to the video. So the first blind perfume haul that I'm gonna be showing you guys a buy is gonna be the Nuit Trésor by Lancome. Now I literally just discovered this fragrance. I'm not quite sure when this fragrance was released. I think it's not a new release of this year. There have been some new releases of this particular range. Can we just take a minute to admire this bottle? Now this is one of the things that drew me into this fragrance. Now this is absolutely beautiful, and apparently the juice inside of this exquisite bottle is just as good as it looks, so I could not wait to get my hands on it. I actually got a mini with it as well, and I mean, how cute is this? I couldn't wait. I mean, this one came in a separate little box on its own. So in essence, I have sampled this fragrance because I actually smelled it in the tinier bottle. So this is the Nuit Trésor by Lancome. Woo. Now let me just spray this bad boy right here. So what are we getting? In general, this fragrance smells like berries. I'm guessing that's the black rose in it, but it smells like is it burnt berries or caramelized berries? That's what it smells like. A really sweet, strong smell, but initially, so the initial smell that you get, which is the black rose, which basically smells like, it smells like a really deep rosy smell. So that subsides quite quickly. And now what I'm smelling is vanilla and praline. So that's the lingering smell. But overall, it is a really beautiful smelling fragrance. Now, people actually say this fragrance lasts quite long. I mean, I haven't really been wearing it out. From the little sample that I have, I've sprayed it onto my hand. And like I said, too, the top notes die down really quickly. They slip away really fast. And the lingering smell is the vanilla and the praline. On my hand, when I spray it throughout the day in the house, it doesn't really linger on my hand that long. But again, I have really fully worn this fragrance, but this is my one of my newest acquisitions to my collection, and I am absolutely in love with the bottle, and I can't wait to get the flankers as well. The next fragrance I'm going to be telling you guys about is Scandal. Now, I have been hearing about this fragrance a very long time, but I actually never bought it. I don't know what. I guess I wasn't really sold by it. The first YouTuber I heard talk about this fragrance was actually Demi. I can't remember her name. Demi Rollins. She's a really big YouTuber who's actually releasing her new fragrance. She's the first person a very long time ago I heard talk about Scandal. I never really tried it until recently. Now this is Scandal by Jean-Paul Gaultier. Now this is actually a French perfumer. Like, look at this bottle. I mean, listen, right? Now, if you guys have not seen my previous video of my perfume collection, then you guys would not know. I am a Chanel and a Dior girl. I love Chanel and Dior fragrances. Pretty much wrap me in a bottle, and my house name would be Chanel. because I like soft, musky, patchouli fragrances, not too sweet, not too strong, like a powdery dry down. Those are usually the type of smells that I go for. So I like my Chanel No. 5, my Coco Mademoiselle, and my La, my Miss Dior, you know, really fresh, orange blossom, you know, sweet smelling fragrances, but just as much sweetness as there is that. And then there's Scandal. Now this is actually a honey fragrance, and when they say honey, let's just tell you what this fragrance has. So this is Scandal, the original one. So this actually, the top notes in this fragrance has a honey accord and blood orange. The heart is gardenia, and the base is patchouli, black vanilla, and amber rose. And when they say honey, they mean honey. Now this fragrance smells like a sweet, deep, strong honey patchouli type of fragrance. Now you do smell the blood orange and the honey is definitely there. It's really, really strong. It's the most beautiful fragrance. This is such a beautiful, I've heard people describe this fragrance as sex in a bottle. This is one of the sweetest fragrances now that I've ever had. Let's just say this. I don't even know. I find it quite strange, and I've heard some YouTubers say that, like, you know, depending on the time of year that you smell a fragrance, or the mood or the season is what captures you to a fragrance. And I would have to say, usually I would not go for such sweet and strong fragrances, but this right here, OMG, this is a beautiful and sexy smelling fragrance. The next fragrance is Scandal by Night. Now I could not resist getting the flanker because after the good things that I've heard about this fragrance right here, I was like, you know what, let me just get the flanker as well. So I actually got the Scandal by Night. So this range actually has in 4 different fragrances. I think it has original Scandal, and it has the Scandal Eau de Toilette. Am I getting that right? No, the original Scandal, Scandal by Night, So Scandal, and Scandal à Paris. That's it. So the Scandal by Night, as you can see, is in the same bottle. So this is the Scandal by Night. So the Scandal by Night has a top notes of honey and tuberose. Again, it has the honey. So honey is the dominant note in these fragrances here. Honey and tuberose, and then the heart is sandalwood, and the bottom note is tonka bean. So instantly, this one is like a very stronger version of the original. So the original is sweeter. It's actually like a sweeter, more softer fragrance. So this one gets a little bit more intense. Again, I'm guessing it's a tonka bean at the base with the sandalwood. So the other one has gardenia. So this one has gardenia as the heart note. And in this one has sandalwood as a heart note, and the base note is tonka bean. So hence why this one gives you a bit more, a stronger woody smell to it. So this is like a like burnt wood with honey. That's what this one smells like, and you get this tuberose as well. So this one is really intensely stronger than the other one. So there you have it, Scandal Original and Scandal by Night. The next blind purchase that I bought was Valentino Born in Roma. This is the new Valentino Born in Roma, and this fragrance has black currant, essence of bergamot, and pink pepper in the top notes. In the heart notes, it has jasmine absolute, sambac, jasmine tea, and in the base, bourbon, vanilla, cashmere, and some guaiac wood essence. So Valentino Born in Roma. So right off the back, when you smell it initially, what you do get is the black currant and the bergamot at the top. That's the strongest note that you're smelling in it, and that's, I think, the first smell of it is where you realize how different it is from the original Donna, which I would have to say at this point, I think I actually prefer this one. So when you smell this, you get your black currant and your bergamot in the top note. There is the vanilla, but the vanilla is very warm and it's not that intense. It's not as strong. It smells like a fruity, it's just drying down really strong. So you are getting the wood essence at the end of it. And that's mainly what I'm smelling in this fragrance. It's a really beautiful fragrance, but compared to the first one, I like the original more. But this is something new. The black currant is what gives this a whole different vibe. The next fragrance that I managed to get is one of the newest releases again in 2020 from YSL, and that's the ever so popular Libre, which actually means free. This again was another blind buy of mine. Now, actually, ooh, no. Right, so that's it. So this one, I had actually smelled this one a long time ago. And I really didn't like the smell. It did stand out to me. And that's something about me. When I walk into a shop and I smell a fragrance, if the fragrance grabs me at first smell, then I definitely like that smell. There are some fragrances that I spray on a tissue and I let it on the paper and it dries down, and then based on the dry down I go by. But fragrances that grab me at first sniff, I knew automatically that that is a fragrance that I absolutely love. Some fragrances I have to actually appreciate in order for me to get them. But again, I don't buy no fragrance that's not absolutely special to me. So I'm really happy that these fragrances so far smell so good. So this is the original Libre, and this is what this one looks like. So at glance, I mean, look at the bottle. This is just so edgy and sexy. This is everything to me. So this fragrance here, Libre, has notes of tangerine, neroli, and lavender. It has a hot notes of jasmine, sambac, and orange blossom. And in the base, it has white musk and vanilla extract. Now, let me tell you. Okay. So right off the back, you do get the vanilla. I'm getting vanilla, lavender. Oh, wow. This is strong. So I'm getting vanilla, I'm getting musk. At glance, I'm getting lavender, and that's it. I'm getting the neroli, the lavender, white musk, and vanilla. That's what I'm picking up. I actually didn't catch the Actually, tangerine is definitely there, but it's so mixed with the tangerine is so mixed so smoothly with the vanilla that you can't really, it's not like standing out. I absolutely love this fragrance. Now the strongest hint that you're getting in this is the lavender. That's what you're really feeling, quite strong. And then you're getting the white musk and the vanilla. It's really punchy. This is a strong fragrance in my opinion. It does have a hint of cleanliness to it. It's a very fresh smelling fragrance at the same time, even though it's so musky. But this is a beautiful fragrance, and I would actually have to say this is a special fragrance for me. This is not one of those fragrances that I just look at and be like, oh, I like it, it's nice. I'm gonna have to say, if I was to choose out of the top 5 fragrances of my collection so far now, this YSL here, so original, is, I would place it in one of those. The next blind buy, now this is an actual blind buy, is the Libre Intense. Now once I was getting my hands, because actually I spelled my YSL Libre, I spelled the original one a while back and I hadn't got my hands on it. So when I decided to get this one, and then I saw they had a new release, I was like, you know what, let me just grab the Intense one time as well. So this is the Libre Intense. This fragrance has, again, the top notes tangerine, bergamot, and lavender. In the heart, it has jasmine, sambac, orange blossom, and orchid accord. In the base notes, it has tonka bean, vanilla, amber, grease, and vetiver. Now, so as you can see, they did add a bit of stuff into this one instantly. So this is definitely intense version of the original. I'm picking up lavender, bergamot, tonka bean, and vanilla. Extreme. Those are the strongest notes you're picking up in this fragrance. Now, so this is naturally a deeper fragrance to the original. So the original fresh smells more fresher and cleaner. I've heard some people kind of like debate on whether or not they are the same fragrances. They are not the same fragrances. One of them is extremely more intense, which is this one right here, and it's more intense in from a different aspect. The tonka bean is what you get an more intense in this one, because it's actually not in the first one. So I would say the 2 different fragrances, and this one has a lot more depth to the first one. So I'm glad I have this one in my collection. However, I'm gonna have to say I do prefer this one better so far. So that is YSL Libre Intense and YSL Libre. Another fragrance that I managed to cop is the Dior Infinissime. Now this one wasn't a blind buy, because I actually smelled this in store a while back, and I did like it, but one thing, I'm one of those type of persons that when I fall in love with the DNA of something, and I felt like the DNA of the J'adore, original J'adore, is very classical and very different from every other fragrance on the market. I smelled how modern this fragrance was leaning more towards when I smelled it initially, and it wasn't an initial grab for me. So this is something that I actually kind of like fall in love with, you know, afterwards, after continuously seeing it. But initially it was not like an instant attraction for me. So this is what the bottle looks like. So this pretty much looks like the original, but the juice is a little bit more yellow or amber, as you can see, and the tops of it is a little bit different. Okay, so this is the J'adore Infinissimo. This has notes of jasmine and ylang ylang, which is also in the original Lily of the Valley as well. So this has in sandalwood and tuberose. I don't think the original has in any tuberose. Right, so the original J'adore does not have in any sandalwood or tuberose. Right, but this one does. So let's just see what you smell like. Instantly, tuberose is what grabs you. Yeah, ylang ylang and tuberose. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much what you're getting with this one. Now, this is a different fragrance. You do get a slight hint of the original DNA, but a large part of this fragrance is the tuberose. You're picking up the tuberose and the ylang ylang working together. So that's what you get with this fragrance. It is a beautiful smelling fragrance. This one is just a more modern twist to it. So that's J'adore Infinissimo. Okay, so the next purchase that I made, you guys, is the Joy Intense by Dior. Now, I've actually been eyeing this fragrance a very long time ago. I smelled the original one and I wasn't sold on it. So when they released the Intense, I was like, you know what, I gotta have that fragrance. So I finally bought myself the Joy Intense by Dior. This is what the bottle looks like. I just love Dior packaging. It's so sleek and clean, so classy. I just love, you just gotta love Dior packaging. Okay, so this one here, so the top notes is citrus and neroli. In the hearts you have centrifolia, rose and grass blends. In the base you have sandalwood, patchouli and vanilla. And let's just say, if you guys smell the original, you know that this is a drastic improvement from, so beautiful. This is such a beautiful fragrance. So when you smell this, you do get the grass rose instead of here. So there's a mixture of grass blends and roses instead of this one. You do get that smell. You get the neroli combining with something citrusy. So the neroli to the top is what you're really getting the intense boss of when you smell this. And you get a bit of sandalwood, vanilla, and the patchouli. You do get the base notes on top of this, and this smells really beautiful. I really love it. Then another one that I've been eyeing for a very long time was the Miss Dior Rose in Roses. Now, I was walking through a while back and I smelled this fragrance and I was like, oh my god, I just haven't been paying attention to like all these perfume releases. But when I discovered this, I probably discovered this like a year ago, or maybe even, yes, about a year ago. And I could not believe that I had missed this release. So this is Rose in Roses. And this is a Eau de Toilette. But you know what? There's something special about Dior's Eau de Toilette that I absolutely love. Now, I love this fragrance. The notes in this fragrance is absolute and essence of grass, Damascus rose. It has Italian mandarin, bergamot, geranium, and white musk. Now, this, okay, see, when I smell this, I get the Damascus rose, the bergamot, and white musk. So that's what I'm picking up mainly in this fragrance. So yeah, this is Rose and Roses, and this is a really special fragrance. Even though it's a Eau de Toilette, it's a beautiful fragrance. If they actually bought this in a perfume, this would actually be something special. But this is a absolutely beautiful fragrance, and this is Rose in Roses by Dior. Okay, so the next fragrance that I bought is the La Vie Est Belle, again from Lancome. Now, this has been ringing on my ears for a very long time. You know what's funny again? This is one of those fragrances that you smell initially and it doesn't really catch you, but then you go back to it the next season and it actually, you know, it's actually something for you then. And that's what happened with this fragrance. I've actually spent this fragrance in store, but I wasn't really sold on it. And now I can absolutely say to you, oh, La Vie Est Belle is something. I mean, I kind of like dismissed this whole fragrance line. I mean, the bottle is absolutely stunning, and it did not occur to me until now how beautiful the bottle is. Even though I have the La Vie Est Belle Eclat, I mean, maybe because I had it in the 50 ml, I didn't realize how beautiful the 100 ml bottle was. But yeah, this is the La Vie Est Belle. Now, this is one of the #1 best-selling fragrances in the world, worldwide, apparently. And apparently the sillage is beast mode. So I couldn't wait to get my hands on this. So the notes in this fragrance is Iris Pallida, Jasmine Sambac, Orange Blossom, and Patchouli Essence. Now this is just a beautiful, strong, smelling, sophisticated kind of fragrance. You do get the Orange Blossom in the iris. That's what I'm picking up mainly. Orange Blossom in the iris. That's all I'm picking up in this fragrance, but it smells very strong. It's still kind of fresh at the same time, even though it's such a strong and intense fragrance. It is sweet, but I'm not getting like berries type of sweet. There's orange blossom to it, but it doesn't smell like a very strong dose of orange blossom. That's what I would say. But there's a really nice, beautiful, whatever it is, orange blossom is blended so smoothly in it that it doesn't smell like citrusy. It just smells really pretty. Very intense, very fragrance though, very beautiful. The next fragrance I want to get for you guys is the La Vie Est Belle Intense. Now again, like I said to you guys, I wasn't really keeping up with this range, but once I discovered it, I was like, you know what, let me just dive into it. Now I would say I think I smelled this one in store a long time ago. If it's the one that was with a pink rose initially around it, right, I think I smelled this fragrance a long time ago, and I would say I think that was the most memorable fragrance from the La Vie Est Belle line, but I just never really, like, you know, paid attention to it. Like I said to you, my drive for my fragrance obsession kind of like subsided for a minute, and you know, while I was doing my makeup thingy. But you know, I'm back. But yeah, so this is the La Vie Est Belle Intense. So the top notes in this fragrance is bergamot oil, pink pepper oil, and raspberry accord. In the middle, you get the Sambac Jasmine Absolute, Orange Flower Absolute, and the Heliotrope Accord. In the base, you have patchouli, iris, benzoin, and vanilla bean. Now, this smells like quite a masterpiece. I'm going to have to spray you so I can smell you really good. Whew. My God, why is perfume in my face, right? Okay, so off the back, you're getting your raspberry accord. So that's the top note. That you're getting the raspberry and the bergamot oils. You do get, the reason why I'm saying bergamot oil, normally you get the bergamot and you get a very strong burst of bergamot. But the bergamot in introduction is very smooth and very soft. So I do like that. So you get your raspberry and your bergamot oil. You're getting your jasmine. You're definitely picking up that heliotrope accord. And there's a bit of powderiness to this fragrance. So that's, I'm picking up that iris and that patchouli scent. Otherwise than that, you know, those are the main things that I'm picking up in this fragrance. And what sets this I don't know why I'm eating my perfume. What sets it apart from the La Vie Est Belle, I would say, is the raspberry accord in this fragrance is what to me makes a difference. Otherwise than that, they're more or less the same. Beautiful. Now I absolutely love this fragrance. I like this more than the La Vie Est Belle. So there you have it, you guys. So this is my mega perfume haul, and I am in love with absolutely every single one of the fragrances that I bought. So I am happy about that, considering that I didn't go in store and smell half of them. So there you have it, you guys. If you guys did like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please click that subscribe button. I know this is my second perfume fragrance video. I do intend on doing some more for you guys, But yeah, you know, I just figured Christmas would have been the ideal time to start, you know, talking about fragrances and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm probably gonna be maintaining this throughout. So look forward for my upcoming and new fragrance videos. So until next time, guys, bye.